just finished my third year of my PhD program, so I'm like kind of halfway done, which is super exciting. And some people have reached out to me over the course of the couple of years that I've been in the program, kind of asking me for tips about how to apply, you know, when is the best time to email professors, how do I construct my personal statement. So I figured I would just combine all of those into this video here. It just started to rain, so hopefully the rain does not mess with this video. Quick about my hair, I will probably do a bob braid hairstyle video, so I'll talk more about it in another video, but it's just, you know, some little updo something. So I've broken it down into 4 major steps. You should think about the PhD application process as a process. It doesn't take a day, it definitely does not take a month. So most PhD programs have an application due date of either December 15th or like January 15th. So you really want to start the summer before you apply. If you're applying soon, that would be right now. And you might think that your first step would be to find the schools you want to go to, but that's actually not your first step. What you need to do is figuring out your favorite scholars, your favorite researchers in the field that you're trying to go into, and go to their bios and look at what schools they went to, what programs they went to. That'll give you a general broad sense of the programs that are out there that are available to you, and if those programs produced this kind of work, then maybe they'll be able to produce great work in whatever you're trying to do as well. So the second aspect of the background research is to identify the programs that you want to apply to. This doesn't mean the schools, just like the name of the type of the program. So understanding in the discipline that you're interested in, whether there are synonyms for the programs that you might want to participate in. After you've identified the name of the program, now take a step back and kind of think about what you need out of your graduate school experience. It is a long time, at least 4 years of your life, so think about what's most important to you and rank these. Do you really care about location? Do you need to be in a city? Do you care about the diversity of the student population or the diversity of the staff? Figure out what your values are, what you're looking for in a school and in a program, and rank those in order of importance. So that's kind of all the background research you have to do before you even think about what schools to apply for. So once you know the programs you want to apply to, the names of the programs you want to apply to, and you know kind of your values, identify about 5 to 8 schools that fit into your values and have the programs that you're looking for. I wouldn't say you'd go anywhere past 8 because you're going to need to really specifically tailor your application to these schools, and it's just going to get really draining to do more in-depth research about more than 8 schools. The next part of actually finding the schools is to do background research on each school's program that you're interested in. And I mean read through every single page of their website. Go through the faculty list, go through their current research, read the news section, read about their current students and the work that they're doing, read about their funding. It's really important to just have a general sense of everything about the school and the program, and the initial way for you to do that is to investigate their website. Now, the second way to get more in-depth information about a school and their program is to actually talk to people there. You're going to want to go ahead and identify 3 professors at least, and at least 2 students at each of the schools and the programs that you're interested in. Send them an email, say that you're a prospective student, you're interested in learning more. For the professors, you're interested in learning more about their work and their research interests, and you should explain how your research interests tie into what they're doing. Maybe reference a paper or a publication that they've written and say that you've read their work or whatnot. For the professors, it's also advisable to try to set up phone calls to talk to them. It's a little bit more personal than email, and if you're close enough to stop by and visit, it can be a cool opportunity to just grab an informal lunch with a professor and also meet up with some students as well. You can ask to drop in on a class. It's another great way to kind of just get a feel for how a school is. For the students, you're going to be asking them a completely different question. You want to know why they chose that program, what their experiences have been in so far, how they navigated funding, mentorship, if they would choose that program again, if they're happy with their program. That's really how you get the true. Website will give you the facts, but students will give you the hard truth. And you want to do all of this school and program specific research in about September. Everybody's back in the frame of mind for school, and so that's a perfect opportunity for sending out these emails and really being able to engage with both professors and students and ask these questions. right? So you probably thought that would be step number 1, but no, you have to do this background research first to figure out what program is right for you, and then you have to figure out what schools are right for you and kind of dig deeper and really understand those schools. Once you do that, it's time to start the process of creating your application materials, and you should be doing this in about October and like early November. When I'm talking about application materials, I'm not talking about the GRE. You should have like already taken that. Take it as soon as you have a chance to take it. I took mine the February of my junior year, I think, because I just had time. I had time to study that winter session, so I just took it then. But I think that the last opportunity that you have to really take the GRE is maybe October, so get on it if you aren't on it yet. But the bulk of your application is really going to be your personal essay and your research statement essay. Personal essay is usually where you just tell a little bit about yourself and why you're interested in whatever thing that it is that you're interested in. So you have to make a convincing case of what makes you unique, a cool story about how you got interested in what you're interested in now. When I was applying to PhD programs, I kind of just talked about my trajectory for how I got to want to be interested in public health. That's the personal essay. The research statement essay is completely different and is more about what is it that you want to contribute to the field that you're entering. This isn't set in stone. No one's gonna like hold you to this. It's not what you need to write your dissertation on, but it's really more about the work that you've done in the past and how that has informed the work that you want to do in the future. And then the most important thing to do in your statement of research essay, if the program requires one, is to talk about why you need to be at the school that you're applying to in order to further your research. So that's twofold: why your research fits into the mission of the school and the program and their current research priorities and their working priorities. And then secondly, which faculty, like you need to name drop, like which faculty that you think that would be good mentors for you, because a lot of graduate school is mentorship, and this is why talking to professors and ahead of time was really important. When they get your application, they're gonna be like, well, so-and-so said that they wanna work with Dr. A. They call up Dr. A like, oh, like, do you wanna work with this person? Have you heard of their work? And if Dr. A has never heard of you, they're just gonna be like, no, never heard of them. But because you've already fostered relationships with the professors that you've name dropped in your essays, you're on your way to having a higher chance of being accepted into the programs. The last pretty important piece of your application is your letters of recommendation. And it kind of sucks, but you need other people to vouch for your greatness. So in October and like even earlier, as soon as you know you're gonna apply to programs, figure out who you want to write your recommendations. I would suggest at least 2 faculty members. A lot of programs require 2 faculty and then like 1 doesn't have to be faculty. And I would suggest, getting faculty who you just have a relationship with them and they kind of understand your interest. Make sure that you sit down with the recommenders and talk to them about what it is that you're trying to do in grad school. Give them your resume, give them your personal statement and your research statement so that they kind of know the direction you're going into and they can write a letter that really supports your application and editing. So the reason why you want to start in October, even though the application isn't due until December, is that you're going to need to continuously refine and edit your application materials. I would say find at least 5 people you can send your stuff to, and I say 5 because you need somebody who is from school, you need one of your parents or your siblings to read it, you need people from different spheres of your life to read it. You're using language from your field, but also not in a way that is overly complicated. So you kind of want to make sure that it can appeal to both what I call a lay audience, and that just means somebody who's not familiar with the topic that you're talking about, but also a very professional and technical audience. So you just want a wide array of people to be reading your essays. You want to give them time to read it. Don't send somebody an essay on December 12th saying, hey, I need this by tomorrow so I can submit by the 15th. Give them advance time. You can get your recommenders to look at it. That would be awesome. It doesn't hurt asking somebody who's already in the program to look at it as well. Before you send off your essays, once you get all that feedback, revise them and revise them again and revise them again, at least 3 times. You're gonna wanna continuously revise because you will pick up grammatical errors, spelling errors, commas that are missing. It also helps in case you have an interview situation. By the time you have revised your essay 3-4 times, you'll know it inside and out and you'll be able to have a really, really strong interview. Right before you submit your application, email those professors that you hit up early on in the game at the schools that you're trying to apply to, and just give them a heads up that you're applying. So you can say something like, you know, hi so-and-so, thank you so much for talking to me last month about your work and about this school program. You know, after, you know, doing some more research on the program, I decided to apply and I'm submitting my application. I just wanted to let you know, thank you again for your time. That little email will ensure that your name is on that professor's mind, whether or not they're on the admission committee. Like when your name comes up, somebody in the department will be able to vouch for you, and that's really important. A lot of this is like politics and who you know. So the more people in the department who know your name, have a working knowledge of your name, and aren't just seeing your name for the first time when you apply, the higher likelihood that you'll actually have a chance of getting into the programs. You do want to make sure that you're really attentive to deadlines, whether they are midnight deadlines or 5 p.m. deadlines, whether you have to upload your documents via something or whether you have to just attach them to an email. Just take note of all of these things and do not wait till the last minute, like your computer will decide not to work. It just always happens like that. So don't wait till the last minute. Just to recap, the 4 steps that I see in applying for a PhD program are: 1, doing your background research; 2, identifying the schools that best fit into your research goals; 3, preparing your application materials; and 4, sending everything off. Once you've submitted all your application materials, go have yourself a cupcake, a drink, go skydiving, something. It is a really big accomplishment to apply to PhD programs, let alone begin one. So you should be really proud of yourself and happy that you were able to do all of this. It's a lot easier to do when you spread it out over a several month time span as opposed to trying to do it all in December. So I really do highly suggest starting as early as possible. Those are my tips for applying to a PhD program. If you guys have other PhD and graduate and higher education related questions for me, or public health questions, anything nerdy, please let me know. I've been sharing this informally with people. I just haven't made a video about it yet, so now I can just direct everyone to this video. Save me time. Yes. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.